Hey guys, it's WrestleLogic. Today we are going to be talking about the genius of the Sky, Io Sky, who has risen to crazy heights of popularity in the last year. For new fans of Sky, they may not know that she is actually a veteran of the game, competing all over the world in promotions like Stardom, winning the World of Stardom Championship, which is the most prestigious women's championship you can win in wrestling. She also wrestled for promotions like Lucha Underground. Most fans are familiar with her work down in NXT as Oi Shirai when she was a former NXT Women's Champion, putting on bangers on a weekly basis. Despite her recent popularity, though, she is still not on the level of her counterparts Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair when it comes to popularity. Unlike Rhea and Bianca, Sky was not positioned to be a top star. Instead, she was able to get over with the fans organically with her charm and technical wrestling, which reminds us of Becky Lynch, who, unlike her counterpart Charlotte Flair, was able to get over organically with the fans without the machine getting behind her. I don't think it's a controversial take to say Sky is the most technically gifted women's wrestler on the roster. And don't even get me started on her emote, which has become so popular that people are petitioning for it to be an emote on Fortnite. 2024 was a big year for the genius of the Sky, but I think 2025 has the potential to be an even bigger year for the Joshi star. Right now, Io is the Women's World Champion, and along with Rhea Ripley seem to both be the only two women dominating the main event picture on Raw as of now. But that's a match we have seen a couple of times now. But I think the most interesting thing about Sky's rise to stardom is all the fresh matchups and rivalries we are yet to see her have with names like Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Julia, and a returning Asuka if she eventually decides to turn on her former Damage Control teammate. Io also has a good track record of stealing the show at WrestleMania, with matches like her first at WrestleMania 39 in a tag match, which she was definitely the star of the match in, and her WrestleMania 40 match against Bayley, which received high praise. But her most recent performance was at WrestleMania 41 against Bianca and Rhea for the Women's World title. This match was given a 5-star rating and was universally praised to be the best match of the entire card. Not to mention that Io was the winner in this match despite entering as a huge underdog against the Megastars Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. We might have to start calling Io Miss WrestleMania. All Io needs now to cement herself amongst the top women in the company is accolades like a Royal Rumble victory and main eventing a WrestleMania, which she has been close to doing in the last two Manias. Io has also gotten better with her English, which deserves a lot of praise as learning how to speak a new language is far from easy. This improved her promo work immensely, which definitely contributed to the fans feeling connected to her character and have given WWE more confidence in letting her cut more promos on Raw. Like we said before, all Io needs now is new faces to feud with because WWE are at risk of boring fans with her feud with Rhea, which people have gotten tired of already. So why not strike while the iron is hot and give her some feuds the fans can really bite their teeth into? Plus, Io is a good worker and can make a star out of anyone, so it works both ways. Io has the potential to be not just the biggest women's star in WWE, if handled correctly, but the biggest star in wrestling as a whole, especially in an era where women's wrestling is seen equal to the men. Io can be the one selling out arenas and headlining events like SummerSlam and WrestleMania with the right dance partner, especially now that there's 2 nights to both blockbuster shows. One of Io Sky's biggest strengths has to be her adaptability. What I'm referring to exactly is the fact that Io can feel important on WWE programming even without a title, which is the main thing you want from a champion, especially with the saying that a champion makes a title and not the other way around. She can also make others look good while also showcasing her talent in the ring too. Maybe WWE could also play with the idea of moving Io Sky to SmackDown so she can have bangers with the insanely stacked women's division on Friday nights. I think it's obvious that the Raw women's division right now is a little weaker than on Friday nights, which I think is hurting Io's current reign post-WrestleMania, as she has no one to feud with besides Rhea, which is concerning. Io missed both Backlash and Saturday night's main event, where she should have defended her title, but due to the lack of competition, she was left off both shows. Unlike the other women's champion Tiffany Stratton, who also didn't make on to both shows but at least defended her title against Nia Jax on SmackDown in a banger of a match, and has many women like Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and a newly called up Julia lurking around the title. If this problem can be fixed, I am sure Io's title reign will be kept interesting with the right challengers, especially now that we have Evolution and Night of Champions coming up very soon in July, which I'm sure Io will probably defend her title on both shows. But if Io Sky is kept on Raw, I think her next feud should be with Asuka when she returns. I'm sure everyone would love a Damage Control Civil War. Kairi Sane can also attempt to be the peacemaker of the group, but can eventually turn on Io and aligning herself with Asuka. Obviously, this would put Io Sky at a disadvantage, so Rhea Ripley can come to Io's aid to even out the numbers so they can have a tag team feud. Asuka would probably be my pick to take the title off of Io. so putting Rhea into this feud would be a good way to set up Rhea Ripley versus Asuka for the title. It would be a smart way to slowly put Rhea back into the title picture and make it make sense storyline-wise at the same time. It's a shame Dakota Kai was released because she would have been a lovely addition to this feud. So, to round everything up, I just think it is a serious indicator that Io is bound to be a megastar. The fact she was getting the most cheers and not feeling out of place during her feud with Rhea and Bianca shows how insane her popularity is getting, especially when she was a late addition to a match that people have been dreaming of for years between Bianca and Rhea. And people still petition for it to main event night 1 of WrestleMania. It is definitely a matter of time till Io Sky gets her Mania main event. But hey, time will tell. I'm looking forward to Io's future. Anyways, let us know in the comments who you would want Io next major feud to be with. We would love to hear your opinion. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe